Hi, in this video lecture, we'll try to understand the output of this program where I have basically used two lists initialized with some values. I'm passing both the list as an argument to a function, and inside the function, I'm just using one is I extend to add some elements to the list, and the other one I'm just using the plus operator and then adding some other list to that and capturing back to the B. So I'd like to understand the difference between this and this, and would like to also observe that the changes what you done, is it okay updated in A and B or not, and the same thing are updated here or not. Fine, back in the main. So let's start visualizing this program and try to understand, okay, step by step. Your program starts with line number 1, but since that's a function statement, it will not enter inside a function. It jumps to the next statement, which are the top level, which is statement in line number 8. It jumps to line number 8, it creates a list, okay, with the values 1, 2, 3. And next, line number 9, it's going to create one more list, 4, 5, 6, and a reference B refers to that. Now, when you call a function and when you pass this A and B, what it does is whenever you try to call a function, a new stack frame gets created, and the parameters, okay, will be as a references, which will be referring back to the same list. You can just observe here, whenever you pass a list to a function, it just passes the reference. It is equivalent to saying that in C, when you pass arrays to a function, only the base address of the array is passed. It is similar to that. Fine. So you can just see we had A and B in the global frame, also called, can consider as main, and then in the function we have references called as A and B, which is also referring to the same place. Next, I'm using an extend out here. Yeah, there is a append and there is an extend. Append will take one, okay, whatever, one argument, and then it's going to add that as one element to the list. Extend will take an iterable. That's the reason why I'm basically passing a list out here. And then it's going to take every element of that iterable and put it into A. So this will add on this 7 to this A. You can just have a look out here that 7 is added, but it is added as one element, not as a sub list. Okay. Then statement number 3, B equal to B plus 9. So here what it does is B is a list plus 9 is also a list. List plus list is a valid operation. So in this, like when you write B plus 9 out here, that statement does not directly modify the value of B directly. It does not modify the value of B. This portion does not modify B. So, but here I'm capturing back into this B. So the question is, will it affect, okay, the list where you have 4, 5, 6 directly to that, or will it basically, okay, create a new list and B refers to that? So that is something what we basically wanted to understand out here. So we'll just try to execute this line and we can observe that it has not modified that 4, 5, 6 here. Instead, it created a new list 4, 5, 6 with 9, right? And this reference B, which was earlier referring to this 4, 5, 6, but now it's referring to the new list. Okay, so when I try to print A in line number 4, it's going to print this 1, 2, 3, 7. And the next one, if you're trying to print B, here B in the function is referring to 4, 5, 6, 9. So it's going to print 4, 5, 6, 9. It is printing 4, 5, 6, 9. Clear? Right. Now, when I complete this function, when I go back, when I complete this function and when I basically go back to the main function, there we are using this references A and B, but you can just observe what happened out there is this A is referring to the same thing for where the A in the main was referring, and you can just, the changes were reflected. Remember, I've just moved one step backward. Okay, this is a tool which allows us to move backward also. Whereas for the B, what happened is instead of modifying this list, it created a new list and this was referring to this. So it has not modified this portion, this, okay, which was referenced by B of the main, right? So when I come back to the main, so you can just observe A will print 1, 2, 3, 7 and B will basically print 4, 5 and 6, right? So the learning from this is whenever you pass a list to a function, it is always passed by reference. Okay, only the reference will be passed. And if you use an extend for the same list, a new element gets added. When you basically use plus operator, right, in that case, it creates a new list. And if you make the same reference, refer to that. So what happens is it loses a link to that previous reference and starts referring to the new one. Okay, you can observe that which is efficient out here, because the first one does not create additional list, but this one creates additional list. Okay, yeah. Now I also used extend here. Let us see in case if I use an append. If I use append, what happens? So for that, I don't want to do step by step. I would like to just use a tool where I can just type the code and then it can just run everything program at one shot. So this is the same program. This is the output out here. Now here, if I use append will take one element and add that as one element to the list. So you can just see 7, which is a list that is added as a list as one element, a sublist of this here. Fine. So the key difference between append and extend. So I hope the concept is clear. Thank you.